So hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and we are currently learning Ultimate Python course from beginner to advanced. So in this course you will master Python with the help of some projects and some practice interviews question after each topic. So if you have missed any of the tutorials, then you will get Ultimate Python course playlist link and the tutorials link in the description box. You can check out. So now without wasting any further time, let's continue our Python series. So let me tell you an interesting thing in a tuple, and that is I already told you that tuple is immutable, means you cannot change a tuple. But there is a trick. If you want to change a tuple, the trick is first you will take a tuple, then you will convert this tuple into a list. Now our tuple became list. Now you can change this list. And now after changing this list, you will again convert this list into a tuple. So in this way you can change tuple. How will this work? I'll show you in our VS Code. So for that we will create a tuple, obviously. So for that, colors. So now I will store some data inside that. That is red color I'm storing, then blue, okay, then white, and then black. So we have created a tuple. So now for converting this tuple to a list, so for that we will create a variable. So color list. Okay, we have created a variable. What does this variable do? This variable will store a list. See here, I will convert this colors. This colors is a tuple. I will convert this tuple into a list. After conversion from tuple to a list, that list will store in this variable. Means this is a list. Okay. So for that, I will write here list, and then inside parenthesis you have to write that tuple name which you want to convert into a list. Our tuple name is colors. I want to convert this colors into a list. So now I will print this list. See here, we will check our conversion have been done or not. So for that we will print this color list. Now I will run this code. So see here, our list have been created. We have converted our tuple to a list. How we can check? See here, I already told you tuple is created with parenthesis. Means you have to use parenthesis, and inside that parenthesis you have to give data. But in list we use square brackets. So see here, I have given here parenthesis. After conversion, this parenthesis became square brackets. Means we have converted our tuple into a list. So now we have converted our tuple to a list. Now I want to change something here. I want to add a golden color after black. Okay, so for that I will use append method. Okay, so for that I will write list name. Our list name is color list. Then dot append method I will use. How does append work? This append method will add a data after this. Means it will add data at last index. Okay, it doesn't matter your tuple length is 10, 20 or 1000 or 10,000. Append means it will add that data at last index. Okay, so for that I am giving here golden color. I want to add golden at last index. Now we will print. Sorry, I have not written here print. That's why it's not showing here. I will write here print. Not here, we can write it here. Simple print. Now write the list name, that is list. Now I will run this code. See here, it's showing correct output. Red, blue, white, black and golden added at a last index. So we have seen here. So we have completed our first task. That is, we have converted our tuple to a list. Okay, we have changed our list. Now again we will convert this list to a tuple. So for converting our list to a tuple, you have to write the list name, that is color list. Okay, now you will write here equal to sign, then we have to convert list to a tuple. Here we are converting tuple to list, that's why we are writing here list. We have to now convert this list to a tuple, that's why we will write here tuple. Now inside bracket you have to write the list name which you want to convert into tuple, that is our colored list. Okay, so now conversion done. So here I will write tuple, not list, because we are converting into tuple, not list. Okay, we are converting a list to a tuple, that's why written here tuple. So now I will print this, that is color and tuple. So now I will run this code. See here, it's showing correct answer. It's showing parenthesis, means finally we have converted our list to a tuple, and we have also added golden. Keep this in mind, you cannot change a tuple. That's why if you want to add a color golden color at last index, you cannot change it. For changing it, you have to first convert it into a list, then you will change it, then again you will convert into tuple. So we have completed our task and we got our correct output. So congratulations. So now our next topic is loops. So we have to looping through a tuple. So let's see. Means you have to apply a loop on a tuple. So for that first you have to create a tuple, that will be my tuple, and then for loop will apply, means iterations will be there. So let me show you in VS Code how will this work. I have already taught you loops in loop tutorial, so I will provide you its link in the description box. You can check out that. So for that first we have to create a tuple, that will be my tuple. Then I am giving data here, that is 1 2 3 4 and 5. Okay, so now we have created a tuple. Now loop will run from here, means iterations will take place. So for that for loop we are using, then you have to create a variable for the iterations. So for that I am creating a variable, that will be items. This variable will iterate on the each data or on each item 1 2 3 4 5. So it will iterate on each of the data or on each of the item. So for loop means for, then variable name, then in, and then our tuple name, that is my tuple. Okay, so now it will iterate on each item, on each data, then finally it will print it, means one by one it will go on each item. This loop will start iterating from 0th index, that is from 1, then it will print 1, then it will iterate 2 for 2 for 3, then 4, then 5, and one by one it will print. So now we will run this code and let's see it's showing correct output. It's iterating from 1 to 5, means from 0th index till the last index. So now I will teach you how this code run in backend. I used to teach this in Java DSA course, and now also I will teach in our Python course. So how this works in backend. So this is our code. Okay. So our code editor will start run from here. Okay. So from here it will see our code editor, means Visual Studio will see that there is a tuple, okay, where it's stored values are integer type, and that is 1 2 3 4 5. After that in the next line it will come here, and then it will run for the items. Item is a variable where values will be stored for iteration, and after each iteration that value will be updated. For example, this code editor have started running this code from here. So at initial time its index number will be 0. Obviously it is starting from 0th index, and this item variable value will be, this item variable value will be 1, because at 0th index the value is 1, so that's why it's running for 1. So first iteration started, I'm writing here 1 for the iterations. Okay, first iteration started for 0th index and the value is 1, so this one value is stored in this variable, that is here item, one variable stored. Now after this line it will come to this line, and now it will print. So for print here, it will print 1. Okay, so we have finally done our first task. Now this iteration will update after coming to this line. First iteration completed. Now second iteration, again this code editor will come from here to here. Now it will run for 2. 0th index completed. We have done task for 0th index. Now it will increase index number by 1. So it will increase index number by 1. That will be now 1. Okay, so now it will work for this index number, first index number, that is 2. So now our item value becomes 2. Okay, so now here at item variable, this 2 will be stored here. So now after this line will print 2 here. So now we got our 2 in our output. Now again after this line, it will again increase one index number. Okay, so now index number become 2. So now index number will become 2. 1 plus 1, 2. And now the value will be updated to 3. So this value will be cancelled and this 3 will be updated here. Okay, so for this here at item place, this 3 will be there in this item variable and this 2 will be cancelled, and now 3 will print. So now again this code editor will go from here to here and index number will increase. So now index number will become 3 and now the value will become item value, means in the item variable 4 will be stored and now 4 will be print. Then again one index number will be increased, that will be 4. Again it will start from here, then it will come here, then here, and then it will run for 5. Then the item will be stored here 5 and then this 5 will be stored here. So similar process will follow for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. After each iteration, this index number will increase and after each iteration, this values will be updated in this variable which we have used in this loop. Okay, and it will print one by one data, and when it will reach to the last index, that time it will stop iteration. Okay, so I hope you understood how code run in backend and how loops work. So till now we have learned what are tuples, how to apply methods and how to use loops. So now we will do a practice question, means we will create a mini project. So for that our question is, create a student management system where students' records are stored as tuples to prevent accidental modifications. So don't worry, it looks little difficult but it's not. I will teach you in the most easiest way possible. So in this project, for creating this project we will need three things. First will be, we have to create a tuple, obviously, where we will store these records. Okay. Second thing will be, we have to apply loops so that iteration can take place and it can go to each records. Okay, to each index number. And the third, we will print it. And after that I will teach you a different thing also, but first we will learn this part, then I will teach you that. So for this, the first thing is we have to create a tuple, and that is, I'm giving its name students, where all records will be stored. So here, so this is a single tuple, and in this specific tuple there will be a small tuples will be there. Here we are creating a tuple, that is 101. I'm giving its ID. Okay, then it is integer types. After that I'm giving its name, that is string type, and then I will give its course name, that is maths. Okay, after that comma, I'm creating a another tuple inside a single tuple. Okay, this student is a single tuple, and in this tuple we are creating a small tuples also, that's why. So after that, second is 102, then name is Priyanshi. Okay, and subject is computer science. Okay, after that 103, that is John. Then its subject is physics. Okay, so now we have created our tuple. Okay, so after that, our next thing is we have to apply loops so that it can iterate on each tuple. Here also it can iterate. This is the 0th index. So please watch this video carefully. Otherwise you will get confused. So please practice this question after watching this video. So see here. After this creation of a tuple, okay, we will apply loop here. Okay, and the iterations will take place. Iterations will take place for the 0th index. This complete is a 0th index. See carefully. For the complete tuple for students, while I'm talking for students, this is the 0th index, this is 1 and this is 2. But when we talk a single small tuple, for that this ID will be 0th index. This name will be 1 index and this course will be 2 index. Okay, so now we will apply a loop here. So for that I am applying for loop here, writing the name of the variable which I am creating, that is students, and in students. After that you have to write the tuple name on which we are applying loop. Okay. After that I will print this tuple. So for that, print inside bracket f string format. I already taught you what is this. You will get its link in description box. Please follow the Ultimate Python course series so that you will learn more and more things and you will not get confused. Okay, I can't explain each and everything again and again. So please follow the Python course playlist. You will get its link in description box. Okay, so for if we have written for the string format, then I am writing the ID. This will print in the simple text form, not ID value. It will print simple text. Now I want to print its value. So for that, inside curly braces, this also I have taught you. Okay, inside curly braces, you have to write the name of the tuple or the name of the variable for which iterations are taking place. So we have to write the variable name, not the tuple name. That's why I'm writing student, not students, student. This is our variable for the iterations. So inside loop, iterations will take place. That's why we are writing student here. Then you have to write the index number from where you want to start this loop. Okay, means I want to print for 0th index also, for 1 index also, and for the 2 index also. That's why. So for 0th index, this iteration will take place. After that, I want to print the name. First ID will be printed, then name will print. Okay, so for the name, that is student, sorry, for the student, then square bracket for first index. Okay, after that course will print. So for that I am writing here course, then again curly braces, then student variable name for which iterations are taking place. Inside the square bracket you have to write the index number, that is 2. Okay, so finally we have written our code. So now I will run this code. See here, it's showing correct answer. So how will this code work in backend? Let me guide you. For that, I already told you that the 0th index is for the ID, this is for the name, and this is for the course. This is our complete tuple. After that, it will come here, for loop will run for the 0th index. Now I am saying for the 0th index. 0th index means this complete 0th index. So for this complete 0th index, it will run. Then it will check what we have to print. We have to print this 0. Okay, let me run this and now you will understand it more well. First it will run for 0th index, means for this complete 0th index. Then it will come here. It will check for what it have to print for 0th index. Now this 0th index is this 101. For the complete 0th index, now for this 0th index, it is printing 101, means for ID it is printing. Then it will go to here. This is for the first index, means for the name. Then it will print for the name. This it will print Alice. So it is printing Alice. Then simple text, simple text. Then it is printing for 2 0th index, means the course. then it is printing for this course, that is maths. Okay, so now maths as output. Okay, now for the complete 0th index, code have run and it is showing our correct output. Now this index number will increase by 1 as I have shown you in this image. See here, increase by 1 index number. So similarly here also index number will be increased. Now index number will be 1. So for this first index number it will run. Okay, iterations will take place for here. First this student variable have this value 101, allies and maths. Now for the first index number it will run. So now this student will have 102, Priyanshi and CS value. Okay, so now for this it will run. It will come now here for 0th index it have to print. Okay, after that simple text, simple text. Then for the first index number, that is Priyanshi. So it is showing Priyanshi as output. Then simple text here. Then for the second index number, that is CS. So it's printing CS. Now again this loop will run, means again iterations will take place, and again index number is increased by 1, means now index number is 2. So for this it will run. So now this student variable will have this complete value. Okay, so now for that it will come here student for 0th index, that is 103. It will print 103. Then simple text, then for the first index, that is John, then simple text, and then for the 2, that is physics, and is showing our correct output. So I hope you understood this part. So now I will teach you one more thing in this, that is search. What does search means? See here, if I tell my code editor that check this complete tuple and the student whose ID is 102, you have to print its ID also, you have to print its name also, and you have to print its subject also. But I will only give its ID. I am not giving its name to you. Neither I am giving its subject. I am only giving its ID. So you have to check only this 0th index. 101, 102, 103. You have to only check this 0th index. Check if it matches the value which I am giving to you, then print its name also and its subject also and its ID also. If you have not understood, then I am teaching you. See here, watch carefully so that you will learn in a better way. So for that I have to apply loop. Obviously I have to apply loop here, for loop, so that it will check for the 0th index, for the 1 index and for the 2 index also. And it will check for this index, for this index and for this index also. That's why I'm applying here loop. That will be for loop here. Okay, now student is a variable which I have created for the loop iteration. Okay, in students. After that, I am applying a condition, that is if. We have already learned conditional statements. You will get its link in description box, and we have also made a mini project also in that tutorial. So you will get its link in description box. If I am writing here, if student name, the variable, and inside square bracket I'm giving its index number. I'm not talking about this complete index number, this 0th, this 1, this 2. No, I'm talking about this ID index number, this 0, 101, 102, 103. I'm telling my code editor that if student of 0th index ID, means if this ID matches to the value which I'm giving to you, then you can apply this condition. Okay, so for that I have to create a variable, that is search ID. See here, I have not given its value till now, that's why showing error. Let me give its value. That will be, here I am giving its value, that is search ID. See here, I have created a variable and here I am giving its value, that is 102. Means I want to check. See here, error removed. I want to check for 102 value. In the easiest way, I'll tell you. If the student 0th index, means ID, matches to the value which I have given to you in the search ID variable, that is 102, then you have to run this condition. Otherwise you don't have to run this condition. Okay, so inside this condition, the code which I will write If this condition matches, then only it will run, otherwise it will not run. I hope you understood. Again I'll tell you, this line is for iterations, means it will go here. Starting value will be 101. It will check for 101 and its value is 102. 101 and 102 are equal? No, it's not equal. So it will not run. Then again this iteration will take place. Index number will be increased and this time it will be this. Okay. So for this it will check for the 0th index, means ID is 102 and now 102 is matching. Yes, it's matching. Then it will run and print it. I hope you understood this part. So now I will write its code, remaining code. That is, we have written our for loop. We have also written the condition. If this condition matches, then you have to print its complete value, means its ID also, its name also, and its subject also. So for that I'm writing here. This will be in the simple text. See here, what does this mean? Slash n. Slash n means in the next line. Okay. So student found. It means we have found our student. Okay. It will print in the simple text. Then comma, we have to print the variable value. That's why I'm writing student. This is the iteration variable. And now I'm writing here break. Why break? Break means if you have found that student which I am giving you, means the ID which I am giving you, if you have found that students, then you have to print it, and after that you should stop. You should stop and don't go to the next index number. Okay, because there will be no point for that. Okay, we only need this. If I write here 3, then it have to go to here and it have to print. Okay, but if I'm writing here 2, then no need to go to 103 and you can stop here, break. So I hope you understood. Now I will run this code. So see here, it's showing correct output. 102 found means student found, and it's showing Priyanshi, computer science subject, and its ID. See here, if I write here 104, means it's not available only in this tuple. So what will be our output? So see here, no output is showing. Here it was showing, but here no output is showing. So if I write here else condition also, that will be, if the data which I'm giving to you, it's not matching, then you can do one thing. You can print student now not found. Student not found. So now I will run this code. That's why it was showing error. So now I will run this code. See here, student not found, student not found, student not found. Why 3 times? Because first it's checking here 104, it's coming here, it's checking for 0th index, means for here 104 not found. So then it's again going to the else part and showing not found. Then once again iteration will take place, it will go here, it will check, then again after this condition, if it's not working, then it will go to the else part. Again this will work and it's printing that. Then again iteration will take place, again it will go to here. Then if it does not match, then it will go to else part and it will again print student not found. If you don't want 3 times, you can write here break. See here, now it's only showing once. Okay, so now I hope you understood this part. If I write here 101, so now it will match here only and it will print this value. So it will not go to else part because it's printing if condition. Keep one thing in mind, it will only go to else part when this condition does not work. If this condition works, it will not go to else part. Okay, that's why it's not printing student not found. If student not found means this condition does not work, then only it will go here. One more thing if I tell you is that if you want to make it more prettier or more presentable, then you can add header here. Here will be header, that is print student data then print. Then you can add here star or some symbols which will look nice. See here, like this, and then star. So now I will run this code. See here, now it's showing like this: student data, that is for 101, and then again student data. If you only want once this header, not 3 times, so you can copy paste here. Okay, and now you will write here, and then you have to remove this space so it will not show error here. Here also you have to remove it. Okay, so now I will run this code again. See here, now it's showing correct output: student data, then a header, and then it's showing its complete data, and the search output also what we have written here. I hope you understood this and enjoyed this tutorial. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, like, share and comment, and please share this course with your friends and family so that they can learn Python and improve their coding skills. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video.